This is Walt from StogieReview.com. Here to do a very quick, condensed, short ashes review of a Pepin Garcia Cuban classic. I don't remember exactly what the name designation on these are, or the year that is. These are the Perla size. I think it's a 40 by 4, so it's a relatively small cigar. And I've already got it lit. Construction is beautiful. Looks very good. It looks very good for have been dried out for a little while. This came from a box of cigars that I bought a couple of years ago, and I worked out something with someone online, and wound up sending them some. So I sent out a 5-pack. One of the cigars included this one, and about a week later, I get it back in the mail. Wrong address, return to sender. So I contacted the guy again. I got everything double-checked, all the information. I sent it to the right address. I tried shipping it again. About a week later, I got the cigar back again. A little frustrated at that point. I figured my obligation was fulfilled. And I took the 5-pack out of the box, put it back in the cooler, and there it sat for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And so I lit it back up after being dried out and slowly rehumidified over the course of 2 years, and it tastes pretty good. So so far, cigar is smoking very well. Flavors are good and pronounced. It doesn't have a harshness to it from being dried out, which is a little surprising. I really thought this was going to be a dud, but so far it's going pretty well. So sit tight. I'll be back in a few, and we'll see how the once dried out Pepin Garcia Black Label Cuban Classic Perla size goes. Alright, I am back, still plugging along on my Pepin Garcia Cuban Classic. And cigar's going very well. Believe it or not, I haven't had one of these for a little while, but actually the real believe it or not part was that these actually used to be yard guards for me. And I don't mean that in the sense that I would smoke these while mowing the lawn or anything like that, but I used to light them up when I was done. I've got a fairly big yard. By the time I get done mowing, trimming hedges, weed whacking, and sweeping up grass clippings along the sidewalk, it generally takes me about 4 hours. And I used to get one of these out at the tail end when I was sweeping up the walkway. And it made for a very nice cigar to sort of cap off that long, drawn-out day of yard work. It's been a little while since I had one. Actually, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had one. I do remember ordering a 10-pack or something off of Cigar Bid or one of the Joe Daily Deals. But it's been a little while, and I'm enjoying it. Nice and spicy. It kind of tickles the back of the throat. It's got a very upfront Nicaraguan tobacco taste, a little bit of pepper through the sinuses, and a little bit of a leathery flavor. All in all, it's a decent smoke. I really expected it to be sort of flat because it had dried out. But I don't know, maybe it wasn't quite dried out and it went right back into the cooler, and everything, ended happily ever after. But so far so good. So sit tight, I'll be back, maybe one more, maybe twice more, and wrap up this video real quick and let you be on your way. Alright, well, I am back, and that's about time to probably wrap up this condensed short ashes review. And the cigar, it had a little bit of the draw wasn't snug, but it was a little firm. And then all of a sudden it loosened right up. I'm getting a tremendous amount of smoke now compared to what I was getting before, which was a good volume. But now the cigar is beginning to pick up a taste, sort of. It's tough to describe. It just tastes dry. If you've ever smoked a cigar that was dried out too much, you'll know where I'm coming from with this sort of just dry taste. Finish is dry. Flavor profile just seems dry, a little bitter. It's still smokable, and I do plan on smoking it down much further. But you can tell that it was dried out at one point in time. It's got a shift in its flavor profile. Core flavor is still that sort of Nicaraguan tobacco flavor with that nice zing through the sinuses, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of leather, maybe a little bit of spice in the back of the throat. I'm getting minor irritation. It's burning very well. Yeah, the ash is holding up strong. It's firm. It has a nice compacted shape to it. Uh, Burn line is thin and even. Ash color is fairly light with some brown in it. All in all, it was a decent cigar. These run about $4 MSRP, I believe. At least that's what I used to pay for them by the single. But not quite as good as it could have been had it been in good condition its entire life. But it's really not bad. I mean, it just goes to show that even a year and a half, maybe more, in a humid environment or in a properly conditioned environment, a dried out cigar may not ever be what it used to be. It might not come back 100%, and at least in this case, it's probably back 75 to 80% of what it used to be. As far as the flavor goes, it just has a little bit of a harshness and a dry. It just tastes dry, and that's just, I don't know. I guess you just got to live with it because originally this cigar would have been trash, but I just stuck it in the cooler and forgot about it, and I came across the bags when I was doing some reorganization, and I figured I'd give it a try. So there you had it. There was the Don Pepin Garcia Cuban Classic Perla size. This is the older one. There's some rumors going around that the new Pepin black labels have sort of a white, I think it's a white outline around the letters or a white outline around something on the band, and supposedly it's supposed to be a tweaked blend. It doesn't taste quite the same as the originals do, and this is one of the older ones. It's not one of the ones with the slightly modified band. So there you have it. Until next time, happy smoking.